I used to really be like, I'm not gonna lie, like when they say like porn is addictive, that shit, I think I was down a rabbit hole for a minute.
Word, in a car?
This was a long time ago though.
You was getting 2 and 3 out a day?
Yeah. I was averaging at least 2, no lie. At least 2 every day.
That's up there.
Yeah.
He was cleaning them out. He was cleaning them out.
Twice a day to porno, you went back.
Nah, in the car.
In your whip is crazy.
All right, but what? So who you almost got caught by your dad? Obviously.
Yeah, I got almost called by my pops.
But what was their reactions though? That's the main thing I want to hear about.
It wasn't nothing to really speak about. Like it was just like how, we didn't have a conversation about it. It just kind of was what it was.
Like what when she caught you, was like did she make a sound effect?
Yeah, like and then like you know what I'm saying? We moved on.
My pops like we act like he ain't seen nothing. I ain't seen nothing. Like
that's exactly how I imagine it to be.
Yo, you remember you was about.
Alrighty, welcome back. Woo! This is another episode of the Lunchroom Podcast. I am here. My name is see now niggas get on me when I don't do the intro. The niggas siren through the intro, which I want from.
No, it was an ad-lib. It was an ad-lib in the background.
It was so loud, like it was more like it was the main track at that point. It wasn't the
when B Mike tried to be A Mike.
But I'm your boy Dapper Dan. Joining me is, as always, my guy across from me, Fritz.
Hi, friend.
How you doing, boss?
Right.
And next to my guy, Fritz is.
No, we ain't hug yet.
Oh, I guess.
Air hug.
See how we angled it properly?
Yeah. Y'all did that at the same time, so that was mad cute.
Next to my guy, Fritz, is my guy, Ray, a.k.a. the movie guy. And behind the camera, as usual, is my guy, Fredo. What's happening, gentlemen?
Hey, man. I'm chilling. It's a little bit warmer than I would have liked today.
Yeah, even the humidity is like feels
it's
like
getting better.
It got better for sure. If you had pulled up 20 minutes earlier, nah, it'd been over for you. But we here. You know what I'm saying? We alive, kicking.
All right, so you're alive and kicking, but what's not alive and kicking, or at least not for too much longer, is the porn career.
The titties on OnlyFans.
On OnlyFans.
The titties.
That might be coming to an end, and I just want to know y'all thoughts. I have thoughts. Everybody, do y'all have thoughts? I want to hear thoughts. React. Questions, comments, concerns.
I don't feel bad.
Why don't you feel bad, gang?
Because like I said before, I feel like the sex workers, they'll be alright. For me, like, this not the first time. Like, pretty sure there's other outlets besides OnlyFans.
Like what?
Nigga, if you got a good enough name for yourself, you start your own website. Look at Miss B Nasty. That got her own website and shit like that. For me, I'm just saying allegedly. I don't know if they. I don't know per se. Just from what I've heard, she got a website. That's the way to do it, though.
Allegedly, though, a lot of these girls be having websites, and we click on this OnlyFans link. Allegedly.
Nigga said, I was gonna check it out till I had to pay.
Shout out to the ones that put out free content, even though it be 30 seconds. That's good enough. That's all I need sometimes.
Niggas.
All I need sometimes.
Nah, but I don't know how I feel about this, because it's like, again, like we said off camera, the titties and the vaginas is what got this shit as hot as it already, like as hot as it is now. Like, but you said it wasn't supposed to be for that. Granted, even though it wasn't supposed to be for that, it's like just kicking away the shit that brought you all this money, and I think it's gonna be a negative for OnlyFans.
Because the way I read the article, I mean, I skimmed the first couple paragraphs, and I heard about this from before when they were first mentioning that
Facts.
They were taking it off. It has to do with the investors. Apparently, OnlyFans has been having a hard time developing developing new relationships with new investors because of the content that goes on their website. So a way they solve that is, let's just get it off there. And so they're not saying you can't post titties. Actually, you can still post titties. You just can't fuck on there.
So shorties can still play with themselves and shit. They just
that's a way for that.
I don't know. I got
so softcore porn.
Probably. From what I read, you can still post nude pictures.
So
I think sexual activity is where they draw the line.
So, no dick sucks.
Probably not.
Posting titties is not.
That's nude. So like you can still post nude. But at that point, it's like 8th grade selfies.
I'm like, nah, like that's type dirt. Like you might as well. It's either you let them fuck or feel me. Like don't say they can show nudes. Man, only news I'm trying to see if you a celeb. For me, Melly, go on there. Go on there, please. JT, I be seeing her titties all the time now. I'm not gonna front. Areola be going crazy.
You like the areola?
Of course. Remind me of Jada Fire. Very Jada Fire.
Yeah, Jada Fire has some big ass areolas. Is that big?
You never seen her?
I ain't never seen JT areolas.
Shirts and shit
I may have to Google.
JT is the queen of like.
I may have to Google her areolas.
She like nip slip mommy now. Like,
Word.
yeah, she stay slipping. Summer Walker too.
Oh, I didn't do this. I'm sorry.
You gonna do it like we're already halfway through the motherfucker, ain't it?
I mean, you gotta let them know we got news for them.
But I mean, honestly, I think it's gonna be a lot of negativity going on OnlyFans. You know, they're gonna lose a lot of revenue, a lot of eyes.
And that's where my biggest thing is, because I'm like, you done made millionaires off your platform. You know what I'm saying? So to strip them of that, I mean, granted, this is America. You do what you got. They do what they're gonna do. But I just feel like you gotta provide some type of alternative. Like I feel like you could go create some other website that you can still make money off of.
Which is more than likely what's gonna happen. If the website isn't already made and people are just gonna transfer over there too. All it needs is one hot person, like a Ruby Rose or some shit. You know them bitches be lying on there.
You know, we gonna start a new platform for the bitches and the hoes.
Who's this?
All four of us. We gonna find an app developer.
I'm gonna be a silent investor, a silent partner. I got you.
I just want to know.
Be silent though.
That's fine.
Like, who's the talent? Who we find? Are we finding the talent?
I could be in charge of finding talent. Yeah.
Discuss.
All right, cool. I'm not the talent. I'm just the talent.
No.
Hey yo, move on now. You just blew my head, son.
I just throwing it out there. Like,
What the fuck?
I'm not the talent. I'm just throwing it out there.
Yo,
bro, niggas wasn't talking about no niggas.
He said, "Yo, it's gonna be all four of us. We gonna start a new show." I'm like, "All right, that sounds."
Nah. Hey, he had me.
That's why I said time out.
I let him finish though.
I said time out early.
Yeah.
I called time out early. I had to wait for the ref to blow the whistle.
Man.
Yo, I'm surprised you never got like the dangling earring. It looked like your vibe. Yeah.
That
definitely
what's going on?
That looked like it would be his vibe.
That definitely does.
Why is this? Why we talk about this?
I don't know. He just brought
I
it
just
up.
looked because I peeped my son got the hoop joint.
I've been had this shit.
I did never peep until just now.
What's happening?
He's talking about his earring. I
can't talk about my man's earring.
We went from OnlyFans to earrings. You know what I'm saying? We got to
that
stay
looked
on
like a smooth transition.
No.
Who but us? You know what I'm saying?
What's the next topic?
Who but us? All right. So with that being said, that closed out the Lunchline Chatter.
I'm a Mr. Vaginas.
I mean, this porn still exists.
You right.
So like,
ain't nothing like some baddie hub, man.
Baddie hub.
Yeah, yo.
He putting us on to some shit.
Nah, you gotta be onto the new sites.
Yo,
bro.
word? Baddie hub.
That's 2019 or something.
That's the new amateur.
I don't know when it was made. I didn't check the bottom. You know what
all
it
the
says.
OnlyFans girls got
copyright.
fans up and all that, and y'all don't want to pay for. Allegedly, you could go to Baddie Hub and you might see something. You might see something you like.
Yeah,
That's
all the
I'ma
videos
say.
got the link in. Like I think OnlyFans.
That's what I'm gonna say. Like I said, type in Baddie Hub. Make sure you use the private browser.
Oh snap! The incognito.
For me,
You gotta go incognito.
like I said,
Niggas don't be using my phone. That's alright.
let me let me know what you think when you check that out. That's what I'm
Private
saying.
browser
always
don't
the
work
time
like that
you-
no more. That shit's struggling history now. The private browser.
Facts. But with that being said, we'll close out the Lunchline Chatter and move on to Cookie Crumbs.
Just real quick, I'm never gonna forget the time.
What?
What the fuck was that?
What?
I'm never gonna forget the time I was using his PS3 or 4, and there was pornography on his browser.
I can't do porn on a big screen.
He just
I can't do
I used
it.
to be.
he didn't bother to clear it at all.
That was degenerate activity.
I can't do porn on a big screen.
We ever gonna talk about the times we probably almost got caught jerking off?
I mean, that's a topic of discussion to be had. Because I've definitely been caught.
You've been caught?
I've definitely been caught.
You've been caught like red-handed, meat in hand?
I've been caught like clearly beating off, but not.
But
just
you
like-
was
Yeah. I was gonna say I got caught like that too.
Yeah.
Y'all got caught with the meat in the hand?
For
I
sure.
was in the living room
See, that's why.
on the big screen,
Big screen.
50-inch for me. I had the high def at that time.
Niggas saw all the
There was
penetration.
no hiding that shit.
No hiding that shit. But honestly, I kind of finagled it like mad fast.
I think we got to talk about this now.
I mean, hey, look,
We're here. We're here.
we're here. We're here. Because for me, it was like I just got like bum rushed into.
Wait,
That's
first of all,
what-
who you got caught by?
I got caught by my mom.
Okay.
Actually, I got caught multiple times.
Multiple times. Bro, you a serial masturbator in your house.
not all the times in my crib though. Not all the times in my crib.
What? So where she found you?
No, not my mom. Not my mom specifically. Oh. But like that time I'm talking about, it was my mother that I had to do the pull over.
This makes me act like now the questions are starting to ponder. Like, okay, where's the weirdest place you probably jerked off now? Like, that's not your crib.
Nah, obviously I've only done my room. Like I've never stepped out because my fear is always, what if somebody sees me elsewhere? Like,
nah, I'm not gonna lie. I used to be real risky, son.
You was in the public bathroom?
Public bathroom.
There's masturbating everywhere.
Sometimes my
because if somebody just happened to like
you masturbating in your whip.
Nah, you crazy. Nah, you different.
That sounds like some porn content. What the fuck?
I used to really be like, I'm not gonna lie. Like when they say like porn is addicted, that shit. I think I was down a rabbit hole for a minute.
Word, in a car.
This was a long time ago though.
You was getting 2 and 3 out a day.
Yeah. And I was averaging at least 2. No lie. At least 2 every day.
That's up there.
Yeah.
He was cleaning them out. He was cleaning them out.
Twice a day to porno, you in the back.
Nah, in the car.
In your whip is crazy.
All right, but what? So who you almost got caught by your dad? Obviously.
Yeah, I got almost caught by my pops.
But what was their reactions though? That's the main thing I want to hear
about. My mom,
about.
it wasn't nothing to really speak about. Like it just like how we didn't have a conversation about it. It just kind of was what it was.
Like what when she caught you, was like did she make a sound effect?
Yeah, like and then like you know what I'm saying? We moved on.
My pops like we act like he ain't seen nothing. I ain't seen nothing. Like
that's exactly how I imagine it to be.
Yo, you remember you was about.
Yo, you gotta tell. You want me to tell her? Yo, that was the funniest, most awkward shit I've ever been a part of. No lie, bro. We can move on after this. No lie.
Don't say names. Don't say names. I'm not gonna say that. Wait, somebody in my crib.
All right, somebody in his family.
Back in the day.
For me, this is when he used to live in Marcy.
Years back.
So either way, either way, I think he gets me from downstairs. So back, we in the elevator, we go upstairs, for me, and I think I so happen like he opens the door and I walk in first. Nigga, on the couch, feel me? Somebody's on the couch.
I remember this story now.
Feel me? Somebody's on the couch. A grown man is on the couch. A grown man is on the couch.
An older gentleman.
And like, yo, all I see, son, is boys like this. And I just see the same maneuver like, oh. I never seen a nigga move so fast. Like he put the blanket over himself and everything and some shit. And I'm just like, yo, same shit.
Oh my God.
Same shit. I walk in. I'm like, it didn't process yet. So I walked to Eli's room. Eli come in. After like maybe 2 minutes of like just silence, feel me? Like silence. I look at him, I'm just like, yo, bro, was he just? Yeah, bro. Yeah. I'm just like, niggas ain't want to talk about it. Yo, we both start rolling.
That shit.
And all I say is like, yo, be happy as me of all people and not nobody else, for me. Like, imagine if he was bringing the shorty in.
Bro, oh my God.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. If you bringing the shorty in, she has all the right to just go home after that.
We gotta go right back outside.
Nah, yeah, at that point, you're like, yo, we
just chalk it up.
We could chill on the block or something.
Yeah,
right outside.
That's it. Like, that shit was too funny. So, oh my God. That shit was too funny. It's one thing when you get caught, but catching a grown person.
Yeah, that was different.
An older gentleman.
That was not okay. But we can move on.
Yo, this is a good side talk. Good side talk.
All right, moving on to the cookie crumbs.
Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah, that's that. Let's start off here. Ray wanted to know.
So I'm telling you, just take that shit out.
Nah, you could lower it maybe.
I could just lower it.
That too.
I just sometimes it don't be working when it's like low. Like,
that shit was crazy though.
Sorry, I can't hear outside these headphones besides the mic.
I see.
But Ray wanted to know, when did the pull up Netflix and chill stop working for you?
Why niggas looked at me? What the fuck?
I feel like you pulled that move.
I mean, we all have.
I have not.
You never Netflix and chill? Bro? You lying bastard.
On God.
On God?
On God.
So every time you linked the joint, it was never Netflix on the television. Nope. What the fuck was y'all? What? So what was entertainment?
So you just killed. Like, it's just got straight to the business.
More times than not, yes. And times where I was watching something, I was watching something for me. It had nothing to do with
He
what
was
she
already
wanted
watching
to
the
do.
show.
It don't matter if
Like it wasn't like
the show don't necessarily have to be.
That is debatable. If you was already watching the show, is it still a Netflix and chill? That's
and like
debatable.
most times than not, it wasn't Netflix. Like it was like anime or like sports. Like you know what I'm saying? Like ain't nobody ESPN and chilling. Like you know what I'm saying?
So you never just
Mix
threw
and
on.
chill.
You just never threw on a
You really
Netflix
wasn't
movie.
smart, son. That's different.
You never just threw on a Netflix movie for some background music noise.
I've thrown on TV, like in general, just or music in general, just for like background cover up noise. But I've never thrown that on to be like, all right, like once we get to scene 12, it's on. Like nah, like
That's different. I feel like you're the first person I've ever heard say that they.
I've
never. Did that.
intensively Netflix and chilled. Never like in my recollection.
I mean, I can't really say it stopped working because it didn't. But but like past experiences that I had, like if I did do it with the shorty, like a couple, they wouldn't want to do it like the second or third link. You know what I'm saying? They would want to do something different. So that in a sense was it not working. But then again, I wasn't. If we're linking multiple times, then obviously I want more than just that. So, but in terms of now I'm not about to come to your crib and chill or watch TV with you with shit like that. I don't think that I've ever been like dubbed for some shit like that.
Because the closest I could think of is like I remember one time like with this specific shorty, like I definitely like invited her over. She's like, "Oh, we're gonna do Netflix and chill." I'm like, "No." I was like, well, "Why would we do that?"
never did that before.
I was like, "Why would we do that?" She was like, "Oh, that's what niggas be trying to do." I'm like, "Nah, like we could come over. That's pretty much it."
Play Twister or something.
She was like, "What we gonna do?" I'm like, "We gonna find something to do." I don't know.
Find something to do.
With this dick.
I wasn't that explicit. I was just like, "We gonna find something."
Oh,
Because I was like, "We gonna find something to do." Like we conversations still exist. Like.
So y'all just talking? Like y'all dad just be talking? Like not like.
Nah, I mean, more times than not, if I invited a shorty over to the crib, like it wasn't on some day of shit, and it wasn't like I just met her, like you know what I'm saying, like I would like know her for a little bit, and like we'd be chopping it up, and then like by the time I do invite her over, like we already have those kind of vibes.
So see, I be having conversation. Then after the conversation, that you just say you want to have sex.
Nah, like you know what I'm saying, like I had a thing of like I guess letting the conversation lead to it. In a sense, because like I was good at like making them comfortable in the crib, like you know what I'm saying. They had their own slippers that I let everybody put their like.
That's a good move though.
It was
That's
just
a
backup
good move.
slippers, you know what I'm saying. Like there's a robe there for like.
I had a backup bonnet for Mad.
There's a robe.
That's so smart.
There was a robe and Snuggie just in case it was cold.
Wow.
So like you know what I'm saying. I had a dimmer in that specific room I'm referencing. So like the lights were already not the brightest.
It was just a lot going
Yo,
on.
that's what I mean. Like y'all
like
being raised by your moms. Like this is what I mean. Y'all have like good incentives. Like I didn't know nothing
this is
about
stuff I learned throughout time.
Yeah, I don't think that just because I was raised by my mom.
ain't never
Bro,
tell me like,
listen.
yo, make sure you got a robe.
I'm like literally just getting the job. But I feel like it's the forethought. Y'all had the forethought. Feel me? A nigga like me, I was not thinking about some shit like that.
Yeah, like music would probably be playing at like a moderate level.
I don't think it's that for you though. I think it's because like with
don't
you,
care.
like you was on some. I just want to fuck. Like I just want like when you first started fucking type shit, and like it never really transitioned to you wanting to do more with a shorty or get having.
But like he said, I guess he was just good at making shorties comfortable, and that's what I realized over time is like you just got to make them comfortable,
Right.
and shit fall in your lap after that, basically.
Right.
And I wasn't good at that. I feel like what comes with that is it helps to make a woman comfortable if you have women in your life. I barely have women in my life.
I feel you. I was just saying because like you think had a later start.
Because even like people have gone to my crib, you know, I've thrown shit at my crib in general, and everyone literally always says the same shit. Like I could tell this is a guy's crib. Feel me? Shit like that, small things like that, you don't know until you in it. Basically.
Okay, I hear you. I hear you.
So
like when you had toy spiders all over the fucking bathroom.
yeah. You see, that wasn't me. That was the other guy.
But when did that stop working for you?
Right.
I want to say off the top of my head, probably after I came back home from college. Like I felt like that shit kind of slowed down. Like every single time, shorties would want to like link or whatever. They'd be
That's
like,
because they got hit with it 1,000 times.
yeah.
Bro.
I mean, either way, I think obviously in college it worked more because one, we're broke, and two, we live within a walking distance. For me, now it's like even if you offer to pick them up and all this, it's just like, oh, I want to go wild. Like we're grown and all this. I'm just like, damn, son, like for me, but. It took me some time to get adjusted for me and shit like that, but that shit definitely don't work for me anymore. Like, I feel like it. I'm not definitely not judging, but if people still fall for the Netflix and chill shit, it's like I don't think you're on the same level kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly, like, I feel like if people are they're not really falling for it, they just want to have sex.
You're right.
That's really what it is.
Right.
They just would have. They would have pulled up and have sex, bro.
Because I read a tweet the other day that like was saying like niggas be thinking they bad girls and like girls low key just they got you. It wasn't even the other way around. Like
my uncle always told me that,
and it be like that, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So
yeah,
I always say I'm easy. So for me, you could bag me.
Yeah, I'm a straight treesh. You know what I'm saying? It don't take much to get my pants.
It don't take much for me.
Yeah, you show some ankle. I'm out.
Yeah.
But closing that topic out.
This is a very sexual episode.
For no reason.
Listen, we got right.
This is your fault, matter of fact.
He started off with the OnlyFans.
It was news.
Nah, we upped it with the side talk.
But yo, Ray also wants to know, what's the longest you went without box? Do you feel like it's a stigma amongst men that you lame if you're not having sex? I'll go first here. I do agree that there is a stigma that you are lame if you don't got some type of box on like layaway almost or not layaway but like
something cold
reserve,
right.
As I used to call it, a roster or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I've learned recently that's not good terminology apparently, but
says who? Not Future.
That's what I'm saying.
You need to ask a woman if like pussy is a demeaning term.
That's what it is. It's a pussy.
But some girls, I guess they don't like that word.
Listen, I don't listen to some girls.
Yeah,
right. I just want to know. That's
there's dicks and there's pussies. Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, because dick ain't science.
Like, do you really want me to say vagina? Like, that shit don't sound proper. Like, even though it's proper, that don't sound
I'm not ever saying let me eat your vagina.
Yeah, like that shit don't.
Let me eat your vagina is crazy.
Let me eat your vag. Give me that vag.
Oh man.
So, what was the longest you been without vag, y'all?
For me, probably like 4 months. I keep it a stack. Probably like 4 months. I can't see I don't. In 4 months, I'd be like extensive. That might have been like a season where I was just not really even looking or attempting.
I'm trying to think.
Honestly, for me, I want to say probably like, unfortunately, like a year and some change.
A year and some change is a long time.
It is. That was a bad drought right there.
That's a bad drought. I'm not gonna lie. I couldn't do it.
I think half a year, like 7 months was the longest. Like since I started having sexual relations with women. Yeah,
because even like when I first started like having sex, like it wasn't like I was maybe going like
niggas. I think like back in high school.
I was probably longest was probably like 4 months maybe. I could really probably around the same amount of time. I keep it a bean.
I wasn't counting high school because like even if you were fucking in high school, like unless you were really
very
like
sporadic.
Yeah, like
like it wasn't like, you know what I'm saying, like
like college is really when you start fucking.
I feel you.
For me,
like, yeah, I would say like 6 months. That was tough. And it'd be tough when you like when you want it. Yeah, like there's difference when you want it and it's like I don't really care for it because there's definitely been months. So I'm like I'm good.
Nah, for sure. There's been a month or two where I've been like, yo, I'm solid. Yeah. I'm straight. Like,
I feel like when you want it though, that's when the shit like that's when like it gets further from you getting
it. That's what makes you lame when you're not getting it. You're really pressing for it and you can't get it. That's what makes you lame.
Those be the worst type of niggas. Those be the worst type of niggas, bro.
Those be the horny niggas in the party, bro. I'm telling you.
There's nothing like if you don't want it, you're not getting it. It's your decision. You feel me?
That's a fact. The reason why I talk about the stigma thing too is because I'm almost done rewatching 6 Feet Under, and there's a character in there. It's actually he's from The Office. His name Dwight. So
Rainn Wilson.
Yeah, he's in it. But he plays like a lame for me. Like I don't want to say a lame. He plays a weirdo. Like he plays his regular weirdo self, nerd, whatever. But like he's a grown man for me that I guess hasn't had sex yet. I'm gonna assume like for me hasn't had sex yet and all that kind of stuff. And then I think some shorty put me onto the definition of what asexual is. And asexual is basically, from what I understand, like you're not attracted to anybody. Like which again, as soon as she told me the definition, I'm like. So that's some lame nigga. Like, and that's what made me think. I'm like, damn, is he really lame because he's not having sex? And I'm just like, why is he lame because he's not having sex? Like, he could be mad successful and all that, But, like, the fact that he's not having sex, we just reached, like, my first thought, and I'm pretty sure a lot of guys' first thought is like, oh, he's some lame. Like,
but it's like a lot of the times.
We've equated, like, being cool to have sex.
Yeah, and also a lot of times when you think about the lame niggas, it'd be the weird niggas that don't be having sex.
That's what I'm saying.
Weird.
Yeah, there'd be mad weird people that have mad sex though. Like for me, the
true, too.
creeps. Like you could be a creep. To me, that's being weird, and you getting mad sex though.
Yeah, I think as you get older, the stigma goes away. That if you're not fucking something every week, every month.
It's definitely worse the younger we are.
Yeah,
sure.
young,
18, 19 is like,
because when you was younger, you was like, I remember before I even lost my
That's
beat, I
your
was
world,
telling
bro.
people I was having sex. I wasn't having sex. But
You was lying?
when I was like 12, I was like,
Oh, you're 12.
I was telling people I got pee touches. You feel me?
Keep it a bed with y'all. When I was in the 8th grade, I told a bitch I had an 8-inch dick. In the 8th grade.
8th
In
grade.
the 8th grade, I told
You was
her.
lying about your penis.
No funny shit. She was.
I feel him though.
she-
I never said no inches. I just said my shit
Yo,
wasn't
she
small.
was-
It was. I was 12.
Yo,
I
she
ain't
was
really
pressing
like
me
this.
She was pressing me for photos. Like she offered bundle deal. She's like, yeah, I'll give
A
you like,
bundle?
Yeah, she was. I'll give you 5 bikini pics and one in my butt.
Look what we was fighting for. Look what we was
Bundle deal
bargaining
is crazy.
for.
At 12 years old?
Yeah, I was in the 8th grade. She was in 7th. I'm not gonna hold it.
You like him young.
Come on, bro.
Ain't nothing but a year.
Younger. You like him a little younger.
Ain't nothing but a year.
96?
Bro, I'm 13.
I feel you. Nah, I feel you. Because I was definitely 8th grade fucking with the 6th grade.
He was fucking.
He upped it.
Oh, the 5th grade? They just came from 5th grade.
But she was one of them late starters, feel me? So like she was like 12 in the 6th grade.
Oh, she was a little retarded once.
I don't want to.
She was born. She was
I
born
feel like
late.
she started late. Like
born
Some
late.
girls was immigrants.
yeah, like feel me? I'm checking that's what she was.
Nah, where were we? I don't even know where we was
The
at.
longest without box.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, to sum that up, niggas was always comparing being cool to having sex. Like, if you wasn't having sex, it's like, why are you not? having
Like, you don't
Yeah.
deserve to live. Like you
Yeah,
might as well just die.
Yeah,
and
like,
go
yo,
away.
all right, like, so, like, you have no purpose here. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad that it goes away the older that we get, though, for sure.
Yeah.
At least when we have kids, we should like teach against that. Like stop that kind of.
No, for sure. I mean, I think that's probably more so going to be the narrative for, not more, but like it'll be more of a narrative than it was for us growing
Right.
up, that sex isn't as important. Because I think sex will be so normalized that people are going to be like, yeah, it's just sex. Like, it is
Especially
what-
conversations about sex.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I think that'll be more of a conversation going years to come. But let's move on into the microphone check. All right.
See, that sounded weird.
Right.
Sources say, and the source is like a friend of Pop Smoke apparently, RP Pop Smoke,
Facts.
R.I.P. man.
say that there's no more music left.
Thank
they,
God.
They let it all out. They emptied the clip. The magazine is empty. How do we feel about that?
Why you said thank God?
Bro, I don't want to hear any unfinished music that this man probably didn't want to release that in like a specific way. Like, niggas is taking his shit and just creating a machine, bro. Like, that last album, I only heard a couple songs. I'm like, this is not a
didn't hear
Pop
that
Smoke album, bro.
I went through it. It's like one or two songs that if you really was trying to be a Pop Smoke fan, you could say, yo, I like these. But if you really wasn't, you know what I'm saying? I just went to it to just go to it, just to see what was on left on his catalog.
I wouldn't have had a problem if the people who would have been involved and he was alive would have been involved for the second album. Mm-hmm. Because a lot of people, like, they didn't know that it was gonna even happen. Like, Victor is just terrible at, like,
I told Steven Victor's a bad dude.
he's just terrible at what he's been doing. You know, I mean, thank him for, you know, putting him on, but the shit that he's been doing after his passing has not been valid at all, bro. But
And I mean, I knew something was up when 50 said he had wanted nothing to do with the second or whatever.
he said he wanted nothing to do.
50 after the first album was said earlier, he's like, yo, I'm not touching the next anything that Pop is doing. They released it under Pop's name. And to go forward, I do agree with you. I'm really cool off his music, you know, not off the music per se, but off the fact that it's unfinished songs. I'm not trying to hear unfinished songs.
And
Just
mad features.
You know what I'm saying? They putting just anybody on these songs, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like
Dua Lipa.
Dua Lipa.
That's it.
She's one of them. Damn, I know the song, but it's escaping me right now. But it's like one of them Forever 21 type songs.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Doom doom. It's like I know the song, I just don't know the words. But basically, like, yeah, I don't really like. I didn't like it. And the thing is, like, they were releasing like 20 a pack. Like, it wasn't even like they was giving us a small piece and then here's another small pack. It's like, yo, like, here, take all the music at once, and then like, you know what I'm saying, just trying to finesse it with like good artists or big name artists. And I'm just like, this is just not a way I would do for somebody that was, you know what I mean, the guy, like the man in New York City. You know what I'm saying? So that's just my take.
I was gonna say I feel both ways about this. Basically, because like you said, like I'm definitely not happy about like the way they executed the rest of his music. Like I feel if they did it properly, they could have like made his legacy last longer.
Like stretch, yeah.
Feel me? They could have stretched it out if they were moving smarter. Like they didn't necessarily have to fucking flood the market with his music and just add mad artists. They could have literally like, even if it was just like a hook portion, just had him on like other people's hook, like him featured on other people's songs.
That's what I was thinking.
Versa, and broke it up that way, and then maybe eventually, you know, like release the actual song.
Fucking smart.
That's
bro.
what I'm saying, bro. Like they could have dragged it out.
Release like a 13 tracks fucking album, and then the rest of the shit features.
Yeah, like for me, just use him on other people's features because that will also keep his name going because they see Pop featuring Pop Smoke, people gonna get interested, and that helps you too as the artist because now you got his fans checking your shit out. So more eyes is only.
That's a lot of sound effects going on.
Yeah, I heard that. I'm even through the headphones.
Yeah, no, that's that.
That's the AC?
Yeah, I don't know. But
it's wild, man.
Either way, like I said, like I feel like that would have been the way to go. Cause like me personally, the way I think about it too was like, I don't know how they divvying up the money for me. I don't know how that shit work. But his family for me, I would hope is going some towards his family and loved ones. So like now that there's no music releasing, what they gotta rely on the repay value of everything that's came out basically.
I didn't think about that.
And nothing against Pop Smoke at all for me, but we all know like in this day and age, like you could be gone here and then not like that, and then people just are moving on. Feel me? Like how much people have passed away that you don't really hear. I mean, unless you were a personal fan, you're gonna bump his music, but you don't hear their songs or their music out there anymore.
Right.
So like, if Pop Smoke had this much songs, you could have dragged it out to keep his name going, to feed his family, and that would have been a smart thing to do. I feel like releasing all his music was just literally like, whether it was the label or just people that were owed money to certain people, they were just in a rush to make as much money as possible in this short window because they owed money at a certain time. That's the only thing I could come up with because there's no reason to flood the market this much.
That makes sense.
For someone that passed away, what, a year ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2020.
For me, there's literally no need other than a cash grab for you to release this much music in this short time.
Nah, for sure. I agree. Because you broke it down perfectly. I think the whole feature thing, that's like a perfect idea. And like, I don't know if they're just not thinking these things or if, like you said, it's just a cash grab and they're just trying to be done with the whatever, you know, Pop Smoke business. But either or, I don't want to belabor the point. RP to him. And I mean, I hope like his family ate off of what was put out. I mean, I know
to at least eat.
Yeah,
like,
you know what I'm saying? Because I know the percentages for artists compared to the label and stuff be all fucked up and whatnot. Yeah. So I can't even really say like I'm for sure his family was good. But
like I said, I will only hope they do the right thing by him and his family.
Right.
I don't trust him.
Shit, but moving on, that closes out the microphone check, and we're gonna hit the last segment of the day, which is the free segment. So first off of that, we'll go here with it. Who do y'all think can win a championship first? The Knicks, the Mets, or the Jets, and why?
I'm gonna go out on a limb.
Either of these is all a limb. To be honest,
this is all a limb. Oh, every single one of them. That's why I wanted to bring it to the table because I feel like either one of them sound crazy.
We could then make a bet after
the
we all
New York Knicks will win a championship before the Jets and the Mets. But if I had to choose a second, I picked the Mets to win a championship because anything can happen in baseball. A couple roster changes here and there. You never know. Mm-hmm. But I'm picking the Knicks.
Like I said, this is all on a limb, and unfortunately, as I said it in the question, would probably be my list at this very moment with Knicks, Mets, Jets. I have absolutely zero faith in the Jets organization.
I'm a fan too. I have zero faith
the Jets will never win again.
I just hope I see the Jets win in my lifetime. That's it. Like I'm just hoping for that.
Who won the last Jets? Joe Namath?
Yes.
Damn.
When he called to, I'm going to win tonight.
Yes, that is the curse. That's the curse we are facing.
Yeah.
Super Bowl 3 is fucking
Super Bowl
crazy.
3.
It's like 55 right now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Damn near 60 for sure.
Yeah.
Yo.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go Knicks because of what our current outlook is.
Yeah, our outlook is looking nice.
The Mets, they've teetered with being almost okay at points.
They fell out on a cliff this year.
Yeah.
But they were
Oh, they got
contenders.
injuries.
Yeah, but
They've teetered with being, okay.
yeah, they made the World Series
They actually have-
4 years ago, 5 years ago.
They actually have a good team. Like, they just got suffered by injuries this year. So far, there's still a chance they could make it.
Right.
But
And then the Jets, obviously, no hope. I have no hope for that organization. They stink and they wear green. I don't like green. Go ahead.
For me, I can guarantee that the Mets are going to win a chip before those two teams. I will guarantee that.
I'm not even mad at it either. I'm not
mad at it.
Especially being that, again, they literally just made the World Series 4 or 5 years ago. Their team is actually really good because they hang their hats on pitching. They always hang their hats on pitching for the most part. And they just got a new owner. Like, that was the only thing holding them back for mad years.
Bad
like,
ownership.
Yeah, bad ownership. And now you can see, I mean, it seemed like the new owner not afraid to spend that money. So, like I said, I can literally guarantee they're going to win a chip before the Knicks. I feel like as good as the Knicks are, been the past 2-3 years for the most part, like moving in the right direction, just feel like it's still something missing.
You still
like,
got the Nets and the Bucks ahead of them.
No, yeah, there's a whole lot going on.
Like,
I'm not thinking about, the immediate future.
I know.
I
I'm
called
just saying.
2025 for the Knicks.
2025. That's pretty
it's
immediate.
still
That's
too
4
soon,
years
man.
from now,
It's too
brother.
soon.
Yeah, I can see that.
So unless y'all get like a superstar.
Because what they're doing right now with the Knicks is they're making it a destination. They're making it so that a superstar can see them like, yo,
I can fuck with
I
this.
can go over there and take that team to the top. And so I see Leon Rose. I see him.
Yeah. And Marcel World Wide West.
I see him.
It's hard to make New York a destination when literally in the very next across the bridge they're gonna be winning chips.
But
I give them 3 years. You know what I'm
3
saying?
years is crazy.
By 2024, they'll age out.
You know,
2025, brother.
That's why they get one chip.
How old is KD? Isn't he like
32.
I was gonna say nah.
But he's gonna fucking play
he
till
has
he's
40.
40.
At least 5-6
He's gonna
years
play till he's
left.
40.
yeah, but that don't mean Harden gonna be there. I mean,
Yeah.
know what I'm
And
saying?
Did
you
they
know what
just
I'm
sign an
saying?
extension? Or not yet? It hasn't
KD
been
did.
finished.
signed
KD
his
did.
extension.
But the other two haven't.
No.
They say they're going to,
Listen,
allegedly.
KD don't need much. He's that nice.
He don't need much, but
Don't need much.
you don't know what we could build over in the real
right.
Mecca.
And the rest of the NBA, too.
Yep.
Nah, you're right. That's what I'm saying.
Let's go Manhattan. Let's go Manhattan.
I don't know.
Yeah, but moving off that topic, we're gonna segue into the last topic of the day, which is a product of our guy Fritz. Was there something you wanted to try when you were younger that you never got a chance to, and do you regret it?
This question came to my mind because I'm an avid boxing fan. And I was just watching like Sean Porter's podcast, and it just came to my mind. I remember when my brother and I were younger. I think I was 14 at the time. There was a boxing gym like across the street from my crib, and I think it was like $100 a week or some shit like that. But in our situation, we couldn't afford it. But I genuinely believe in my heart because I really have very good agility, and like my senses is OD, bro. My hands are quick without any training. So I feel like if I had training, I could have been something like in boxing. No funny shit.
So your hands work basically.
You know my hand. Come on. And like I genuinely want to train just to train one day. Just cause.
Yeah, the opportunity to box, funny enough, was right in front of me, and when I say right in front of me, literally across the street from me. Like,
why you ain't do it?
I lived here. This was the boxing gym / parking lot.
Why you ain't do it?
At that time I wasn't interested in boxing because I had just finished doing taekwondo. I was good with that. You know what I'm saying? So like I didn't really feel like the need to go into boxing. Plus I was playing ball, I was playing football. I didn't want to dabble in too much. Like that was always my problem. I was trying to do too much. So like I was like, nah, I'm cool. But now looking back, I would do it for the workout sake of it. I fight, I spar, whatever, but I do it more so for the workout aspect.
Is that your answer to the question too, though?
Nah, my answer to that would be, I should have joined a debate team. I should have.
Do we have debate teams in Grand Street?
I think we had some semblance of it.
We
I
had
think maybe the first couple years we were there.
The U.S. Assembly shit they had.
Yeah, something similar. It was like I remember Dermot. He used to tell me like some shit about
and
that.
Winston.
Yeah.
Those are the things that's the group that went to the Netherlands. That's what they would do. The Model USA.
Okay, something like that. Like I should have did that because I feel like that's kind of one of my skills. I like to debate. So like
you all talk.
You feel me? I knew I should have did it, and I don't know. Not that I would have been a professional debater, but like it would have been something fun to do. And I think about it often. Like, damn, I never got the experience doing that.
You would have had that on your resume one time.
You know what I'm saying? So that's something I kind of think about. Nothing crazy.
For me, I honestly didn't really have an answer to this question until hearing y'all talk, and it just reminded me about something that I always wanted to do that I never got a chance to do, and I do regret it, which was literally just playing baseball on the team.
Mm. You never even tried out for Grand Street?
I went to the first day tryout where they just like they talk the whole time. For me, and I realized in that moment, okay, like I started too late. Like this team is nice. They expect a lot, and I've never been on the team, so why would I do this to myself? Feel me? But honestly, like you said, me and my father, we just because of our situation, it wasn't even a money thing; it was a time thing. Like we just didn't have time. Like
bring you to practice.
Yeah, like for me, just didn't have enough time.
That's a big commitment. I shout out to my parents; their dad was doing the damn thing.
For me, so like that's literally the only reason why like I never was on the team. And by the time I got older, for me, it was over. I was on other teams though. Like I've done almost every sport except for baseball, and baseball is my number one favorite sport. Like so, I regret not ever having to do it. And even though it was out of my hands, it still sucks.
And another thing, it's funny because it was the same year was when everybody was joining football. What was it? We needed $150 initially, some shit like that.
Probably
for junior varsity when you first signed up. This was like freshman year.
I don't know about that.
But whatever it was, I didn't have the money for that either, so I never went to football. But I can't help but think how different my life would have been if I had that like discipline like instilled in me with like boxing or football, stuff like that. Because a lot of like athletes like you per se, you guys have that discipline and you utilize it on other aspects of life.
For sure. I will say I learned a lot of lessons from like coaches and shit like that, and just being on a team and shit. That's one thing. Like another thing I probably should have played ball in high school when I first got there. I was scared to try out because obviously when y'all met me, I was really small.
You were a little younger then.
Yeah. I was small.
A little younger.
Yeah, of course.
Did Jeffrey make the team?
Jeffrey.
You remember Jeffrey?
Big Jeffrey?
Yeah.
Jeffrey.
I think like honorarily. I don't think he ever
he got a uniform though.
Fuck was Jeffrey?
I think
you don't remember Jeffrey?
Remember his mom worked at school?
Big boy braids. He was like mad younger than us, but he
I don't know if he was younger. I don't know where.
Nah. He was like
that. Don't remember.
He was like he graduated high school at 16. Like,
oh, he did. I didn't know he was that much younger, but he did look younger in the face.
Oh, the chubbier.
Yeah. And his mom worked at school in some capacity.
But he had no ankles.
I guess, yeah.
He had a shot, though.
He did.
That's the only thing he had is a shot.
I never seen him play at all.
Really?
Nah, he had a little jump shot.
I never seen him play.
Nah, I think
he was like I think like the ball boy and stuff like that.
I think he was a part of the team. Yeah. I don't think he was like on the team.
Okay.
Like that's why I said honorarily. But I definitely feel like I should have played because I was just scared to try out. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna come back.
I was too.
Sophomore year, and you know what I'm saying? Because I knew I was better than Brian. And I was like, I could make the team. Brian make the team.
Better than Brian?
For sure.
Yo, y'all both people would be bad funny, son.
I'm for sure better than Brian was. I know that for a fact. Like, the only thing Brian had over me.
You better than Majestic.
I mean, Majestic was just tall.
Yeah.
You better than Majestic. I don't know about Brian. I'll say you better than Majestic.
I definitely was better than Brian, especially when I was really like playing ball like regularly. Because I came into high school as ball as my number one sport. Like that's all I played pretty much, and I was dead ass still cooking, and then like I just sat down and played football, and then obviously. It's hard to play football and basketball.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that's all I got.
Yeah.
That's all you got.
That's all I got.
Fredo, that's all you got.
Yeah. Fredo don't even say anything.
Oh yeah, Fredo, go ahead.
I mean,
shit. Like y'all said, sports would be an easy thing to say, but I was saying in high school I probably should have joined the music club. You know, I play piano a little bit, so I think being around other people that played instruments, you know, and like older. Like mentoring that type of role would have helped me because I did do that. Serious.
That's one thing I did do.
Yeah,
I would have been right with you with the clarinet.
I did play the clarinet at one point in life.
Like 5 years.
7th grade.
Nice.
7th grade, I had the clarinet going.
That was nice on the clarinet.
But that was a good episode.
Yeah, I enjoyed this talk, guys. Make sure you guys who are listening or watching, like, comment, to subscribe. We
appreciate the support.
Always. And with that being said, this is the end of another episode. Doo-doo.